Welcome back, Snacks is back. Did you miss us?
Man, I hope you did. We missed you. It's like a fun little break though.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, we're doing a new little setup. I feel like we didn't say it in an episode, right? It was just on Instagram. So for the summer, we're trying out a new format. We're going to do a new episode every other week instead of every week. And then that gives us more time to do like more fun, real life, real time content. Like we can do more TikToks. We're trying out making like fun little short YouTube videos. So yeah, we're hoping that that works for you because it's feeling fun for us.
Yeah.
And so we'll start pushing out some of that content really soon. We have a YouTube video that will go live this weekend, and then you'll also get this episode. And also we've been posting a fuck ton of TikToks. So just like them all, love them all, tell your friends, and then like tell us what you do and don't like so we can keep doing the things that make sense and like not do the things that you don't care about.
Okay, yeah, and this week's snacks drink of the week
is strong.
It's strong, as usual, but also it's a Dirty Shirley, but if she were older. So it's basically a Dirty Shirley, which is vodka, Sprite, grenadine, and we also we only did like 3/4 Sprite, and then the rest lime bubbly.
Yeah, because like too much Sprite, it's like I'm not 21 anymore. That's going to give me a stomach ache. Then I'm going to get a weird sugar ache, and I'm going to feel like my head is pounding tomorrow. So yeah, this is really working for me. It is about 80% keto.
Yeah, that was really strong, sorry.
But you know what? We're lighting it up. So, you know, it's Saturday. I did just tell Maddie that I can't go out, but this drink is tasting like...
You didn't say you couldn't go out, so which one is it?
What did I say?
You said you can't be a hoe.
Ooh. Let's check in later. No, I can't be a hoe. I can't be a hoe.
But you'll go out. Well, you'll come over.
Yeah.
Unless you wear a night face.
Mm-hmm. No, this isn't cheap. So, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, the sun is out. And I'm ready to live it up. Because it's Saturday, and that's, you know, I live for Saturdays.
Yeah. I really have been having a time. Like, I really kicked off summer, like, hard.
Like, in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right, should we get into the top 3?
Yeah, we should. So, story number 1 is a little bit, It's a little bit sad, a little bit scary. A fun reminder to everyone, like, your health is king. Like, you gotta really take care of yourself. Justin Bieber has just been #Chicago. It's a really safe neighborhood, so notice they're driving away from where I live. What a stupid joke. Okay, but scary, scary news. Justin Bieber, you know, he's been doing a lot of performances lately. I don't know that he's necessarily on like a full-blown tour, but he has been performing all over. And he has a virus, he said, that attacked his like inner ear. And I forgot what it was called. It was like
it's like Ramsey.
Yeah, it was like a long something name. The whole like left side of his face is completely paralyzed. Like, he did a video talking to his adored fans, letting them know like he has to cancel a couple shows. He doesn't know what's going on. He has to just give himself time to rest. And his doctor said his face will go back to normal. There's just like no time limit on how long it will take for his ear to heal the virus and then for his face to go back to normal. But like, he was showing, like, he was trying to smile and it's like literally does not move. Like, even his eye like doesn't blink. Like, he can blink the one eye and the other eye kind of just like roll, you can see it like roll up and then come back down. Like, it doesn't, his eyelid does not close. So yeah, I just was scary to see. And then I was thinking about how his wife had like a similar scary health incident. And so it's like, they're young, you know, like they are young people, they're our age. So just like, don't do too much. Make sure you're building in time into your schedule to rest, relax, recharge. And like, if you feel off, make sure you're going to the doctor, because that was like scary to see. So, you know, take care of yourselves. A little bit of better news. Our girl Brittany is married.
Her wedding looked so cute, and she looked so good without that eyeliner.
Yeah.
Under her eyes.
So Brittany got married at her house, and
Yeah, I was like, is that her house?
yeah, her house. And so she had people come. They turned.
Why
into,
would you want to do that?
She's scared of outside
Oh.
because she is still adjusting to like now she's a different level of fame. Like, of course, she's Britney Spears. She's an icon, but she was saying like, now that people know that she's free and she can do whatever she wants, like people are just waiting to catch her to like do something. She was like saying right after she was freed, she was like, the first thing I wanted to do, like I just wanted the keys to my car. I just wanted to drive. I haven't been able to drive myself anywhere for 13 years. I just drove myself to go get coffee. And she was talking about how it was so scary because the paparazzi were like chasing her around and like just jumping out at her and like everyone watching her. So I feel like she's been kind of in the home. They've only really been out, her and her fiance, like on a vacation.
Yeah.
Like when they're away from people who are going to. And I get it because like I know if I saw Britney Spears anywhere, I'd be like this.
Yeah, but you wouldn't charge.
Right, I wouldn't be like jumping at her with a camera, but there's plenty of people who are doing that to her. So she got married at home. I feel like that's her safe space. Her dress was done custom by Donatella Versace herself, and she was in attendance at the wedding. So was Drew Barrymore, Selena Gomez was there.
Elgort.
Yeah, which people were like, that's so weird, but she likes him. They like have the same.
Madonna looked horrible.
Madonna, yeah.
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton turned down. She was supposed to be DJing events for Joe Biden. Like it's like all the presidents. So it was like President Joe Biden and then like all these other presidents from like other countries that we're like friends with. And she turned it down so she could be at Britney's wedding because she's just like such a girl's girl. There was so many people there. Maria Menounos was in attendance. Like just so many beautiful people. And noticeably absent, though, her mother, her father, her sister, her brother, and her children were not present. And people are speculating about that. But I personally think she didn't invite the family on purpose, and she didn't have her children there because she didn't want it to be a spectacle. Like, through all of this, she's kind of kept her children out of the spotlight, and I think that she knew, like, this moment would be a big deal.
Yeah.
And she just, like, didn't want her children to be, like, a topic of conversation. It does feel weird to me that they weren't there at all, but
Yeah. I mean, they could have been.
right, and like
Just not
we just didn't
pictured.
see it. Or like maybe her, Sam, and the kids have like done something separately. Like we don't really know. But it looked like she really enjoyed herself, and they rode off in a horse and buggy. Like it was really cute.
That's cute for her.
And she was like posting all about how she was so excited, and I'm really happy for Brittany. And everybody is saying that this is all fake and that her husband is gonna be like a crook, and it's like just don't wish those things.
Right.
Like if he gives you a reason, like if he starts doing things that are terrible to Brittany, or there's like a swift change in her life, or like how present she is or something, then we can start chattering.
Yeah.
Like don't just wish them bad. Oh, and her first ex-husband ever.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
a psychopath barged into her house and had to be arrested and like physically like beaten up and dragged onto the property. So that was crazy.
Wow. She dodged a bullet by divorcing that one.
Yeah. And the very last news is people are starting to show up in Mexico for Bachelor in Paradise. And so that's really not like news. I just felt the need to bring it up to remind people that we do Bachelor shit over here.
Do.
Ew. So like if you like dream cast, okay? Who are a couple people that you would like to see in paradise? Almost paradise. Who do you want to see on the beach?
I want to see. I literally forgot everyone. I want to see. Who is that crazy girl? Shanae.
Oh, gross.
I just want her to be happy.
That was such a
I
wild
don't remember.
thing to
Like
say.
I don't remember anyone. I remember
I wanna see-
nobody.
Tajwan. I want to see her come back because
she was
really
so hot. Like
she was
like,
always
oh my
sweating.
God.
But I really liked her, and I feel like she just didn't find someone to vibe with, and she went home so soon.
Yeah.
I
don't
love
have any guys that
to see her back. I would love to see Trey back. I've heard that Greg from Katie's season
I'd love
is
to see
newly
him
single.
without
I would
top.
love to see him. Dude, just look on Andrew's
I know, yeah.
Instagram. I would love to see Greg
Andrew?
there. I
That'd
don't
be
want.
fun.
No, I don't want. I don't
Oh, true,
want
true, true.
Andrew to
You
go
don't
because
want
I want him deeply. I made the craziest face. No, him and Greg would be like him, Greg, and Trey on the beach.
I'd love to see Aaron and James back.
Me too. Me too. Oh. Rumors. I don't know if it's true, but rumors are Aaron and James will be back and Genevieve will be there.
Who's Genevieve?
That girl
that girl.
that was
Rachel
fighting with
Berry.
Shanae. And Shanae was like, well, we all know you fucked Aaron Clancy. And she was like, who fucks said that? Because I don't think that they fucked, but I do think that there was some flirtation at a club and maybe people saw it and were speculating. Because Aaron, like when they were sitting next to each other at the Women Tell All, or was it Women Tell All?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, don't make it don't make this something that's not. We have assigned seats. Like,
Yeah.
they made me sit next to her. Not that I didn't want to, but like, my name was on that chair. So it'll be interesting to see if it's like the Bachelor Nation crazies have just like made this more of a thing than it is.
Yeah.
Or
We'll have
will
to
there
see
actually be sparks of
how
fire?
it all shakes out, but everyone can go fuck themselves because Jesse Palmer will be there instead of Wells.
Well, Wells will be there also, but he's still just doing the bartender thing, and it's like we wanted him to be the bartender and the host.
He should just be everything.
Yeah,
He should be the new Chris Harrison.
100%. He deserves it. What's also crazy to me is like the people, like the powers that be for the Bachelor universe. They are so immersed in what's going on social media, so like I don't understand how they keep getting it wrong.
Yeah, because
Like they are paying so much attention.
I still don't know who Jesse Palmer is. He was like
Just
in
like,
it, right? And he like,
But like, who
worked.
gives a fuck?
Right? Like he's like 100 years old.
Like I don't care.
Well, we'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah.
Until then, today we're talking about. Why don't you tell them?
We're talking sex, baby,
Ooh,
and a little
jazzy
bit
version.
of intimacy. That went better in my head, but I feel like I still saved it.
You saved it. I loved it. I wish I saved it as a ringtone.
Wait, remember doing that when you're younger like this? Wait, shh, guys. And then you have like a fucking banger.
Yeah, I have a banger as my ringtone.
What is it?
Heaven must be missing an angel.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I love that song.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about sex and intimacy, and for the men of this generation, they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing.
If I have to deal with one more man thinking that he knows me and my entire soul because we had sex, like, nah.
Yeah,
You
like,
know
don't
me and
even
my whole
know
entire soul.
my body.
Right. And
You
like,
know nothing.
let's not get into details because some of you aren't doing a good job.
I actually read. People think that intimacy is about sex, but intimacy is about truth.
Ooh. Yeah, because I think that intimacy starts the moment you like have the thought to be vulnerable with someone.
Yes.
Like intimacy to me, like I have such an intimate relationship with all of my friends because this is such a safe space for me here. There's nothing I'm gonna keep from you. Like that's intimacy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
intimacy is like your boyfriend, not even your boyfriend, just like someone knowing like, you know what? I have to go take a call from my mom because they had too much cheese at dinner. Like, that's an intimate.
That's intimate.
Like, if somebody, like, if you, like, to me specifically, like, any kind of struggle that's, like, not like a cute, crisp, little, clean bow, if you know it, like, we're close. That's intimate. Or, like, just being able to sit with your friend and, like, watch a show. Or, like, if I'm feeling something and I just, like, need to hold Maddie's hand, I'm a little anxious pup. Sometimes when we're out, and then she gives me a little, and it's so nice. To me, those things are all intimacy. Like, those little fun secrets are, like, not Like, anybody could touch your body.
Yeah. And they do. Not well.
Like, anybody, you don't need to know literally one single thing about somebody to, like, get naked and make out and roll
Right.
down in the sheets.
Right.
You could quite literally not know their name.
Facts.
Like, sex is just an action.
Sex
Intimacy is like,
literally just sex. Until it becomes then like an intimate thing.
yeah. And honestly, sex plus intimacy, wow.
Never had it.
It's gonna be so nice for you when you get there, though. Like,
Fingers crossed.
my favorite ex-boyfriend, who is now my least favorite ex-boyfriend, I wish I never met him. Like, out of if he ever hears this, he's gonna be mad about this one. But it's the truth, and so I'm gonna preface, I'm not saying this to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not saying this because I'm a big, mean swamp bitch. It's just actually how I feel. So, like, some of the best sex I've ever was with him, which, based on all the physical parameters, like, you would think I've dated other people that, like, you would be like, oh, he was for sure the best, or, you know, you could assume. But, like, him and I just have such an intimate knowing of each other, like,
Yeah.
not just physically. Like, I met him, I was, what, 12, 13 years old. Like, we really know each other. We didn't have sex until years and years after knowing each other, so it just was, like, such a safe, cozy space. So, like, that sex was always just so, because, like, I wasn't in my head about anything. Like, he's not gonna not like me because he can see my stomach roll out. Like,
Okay. Now that must be nice.
yeah, like, it really is nice because you don't have to think about anything but, like,
Yeah.
what a nice time you're having with your partner.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Too bad he's a terrible person.
Yeah, I think for me, intimacy is like when it changes, when like the just sex changes, or like there's a change in the dynamic. Like, oh, now you're like thinking about me as like a person and not just like a body.
thing to do.
Yeah.
It
And
really
then I'm
is nice. Like, ooh.
Yeah. So that's why cuddling is like an intimate thing for me, because I'm like,
Oh, he didn't want to just.
but that's where it gets crossed, because it's not for literally anybody else. So then I'm like, oh my god, maybe he likes me because he wants to cuddle with me. And
It's
I'm like,
also
okay.
weird with this generation. Something I was thinking about when I was like trying to mentally prep for this episode. Like, intimacy is like a task to me. Like, it's like you have to work to be intimate with someone. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be open with them and allow them to be open with you. You have to allow each other to get comfortable and like learn those fun little things. But I think in this, like, specifically, like, millennials, like our generation, like, the internet creeping in has changed how we do
Everything's just like too casual.
And so I think that people aren't getting enough intimacy in their lives. So I don't, like, after being out of a long-term relationship, that is something I struggle with, because men are just dropping intimacy things, like intimate things. Like, they're just sprinkling that shit around, thinking like, oh, this is just like a nice thing to do. Like, this is what girls like. And it's like, well,
right.
sure. Like, some of the things, like, sure, like, a lot of women don't like if you hook up. I understand it's a hookup, but maybe don't hop out of the bed in 0.2 seconds and ask me to leave. Like, you know, those kind of things don't feel good. So most women would like a little snuggle, just a little chit chat after, a little, did you want to stay over? Do you want to leave? Like, a little conversation doesn't hurt.
So maybe I need to start being like when guys ask me to stay, I'm like, okay, but like, then are you gonna like me? Because like,
something I used to
I'd rather
do.
just go to sleep in my own bed.
Wait, do you want a little something out of my toolbox? A little baby for you. When the last guy that was like I was actually dating, I stole it from a movie, but it is cute. Click. And so we were.
That's the saddest movie.
I know. Great flick though. So we were like going on dates and we had like made out, but it just was never to the point of like hanging out at each other's houses, like for what? Whoops. We did, but no sex had happened yet. Well, because we had like gone on like a lunch date, and then we went on a coffee date, and then I was drunk and eating pizza with my friend, and she was gonna leave because she wanted to hook up with this guy, and she's like, I gotta go before I'm like wasted. Like I need to be able to drive home because like I want this guy to come over later. And I was like, no, totally. And she was like, so you should text that guy. And I was like, it's like 10. And she was like, yeah, but it's like Friday. Who cares? And this was like back in my mall days. So I was like, well, maybe he was working today. And so like to invite somebody over at 10 really wouldn't be crazy because like he would just be getting off for it. So I did. Well, he did. So I texted him and I was like, well, do you want to come over? Like, not on like, I want to fuck you beat, but like, do you just want to come hang? Because like, I'm getting ditched right now. And he said, yeah. So we like hooked up a little that day, like just hanging out. Then we started going on like dinner dates. But they were never like, do you want to come over after? It was just like dinner, a smooch, go about your day. And we went to dinner and he wanted me to come to his house after. And this is from the movie, I like was like, I don't know. Being coy. In my head I was like, I didn't shave my vagina this morning for a reason. Duh. So he's like, well, I don't want to pressure you, like it would be nice, like I don't want to be done hanging out, like I won't touch you if you don't want me to, like it's not that, I just like want to continue to hang out. So I wrote on a napkin, will you still like me in the morning? Slide it over. And then he's like, cute.
Yeah, but he's gonna say yes anyway, even if he won't.
Okay, well you continue to do things your way, Maddie.
No.
I know, but it opens the door for a conversation. Like me sliding over a little note that says, will you still like me in the morning? Which is from Click. I didn't just make it up. Like that girl does that. Will you? Because they're gonna like one night stand it, but she's like, yeah. But it opens the conversation because if he's like, yeah, then you can be like, but like no, actually, because I like you and I'm fine doing what we're doing. Right. But if I come over right now, like that's gonna mean something to me. And I'm fine to keep it casual, but I just like to know.
Right.
Like, tell me which box I'm in so I can behave accordingly.
The box is...
If I'm in your slut box, I'm happy to be there, and I'm going to slut some shit up when it's appropriate to do that. But I'm not going to be going out to dinner with you, chit-chatting, telling you all my childhood trauma. Like, that's another thing. Men are like, oh, women love to feel the bond. Like, don't tell me all about your mom and your sister and all the things and, like, what was really hard for you as a child and, like, bare your soul to me and then, like, make love to me, and then in the morning be like, oh, you thought I liked you?
Yeah.
Or like say bye and then be like, never talk to me again? I don't know. That's just me. Like maybe they'll do that.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Like, I think what's really intimate is just like kissing. Like not kissing to then like hook up. Like just
like a kiss.
Kissing. Yeah, because there's kissing that will lead to like the hooking up, but then there's just kissing. I don't remember what that would be like, you know, but I think kissing is really I think kissing is really intimate, like just the plain kissing, not the kissing that like leads to sex or touching of the bodies at all. And in the musical Waitress, they sing this song called You Matter to Me, which also that's an intimate. I think when feelings start to get involved, then that's when it gets intimate. But also, don't ask me, because I got.
But in the realm of like Waitress specifically, like that You Matter to Me, like they have such an intimate relationship before they even kiss or have sex. Like any of the anythings happen because
he's her gynecologist.
So intimate from the start, but like. That is just, again, a safe space for her. Like, she's talking, that's like her space to talk to him about her situation, and she wasn't planning to have this baby, and she was going to leave her husband, and now she can't, and she doesn't have any money, and her job sucks, and, like, everything is hard, and he's just, like, a nice little pillow for her. And then it's, like, that song, like, You Matter to Me, like, once they actually do kiss and things happen, like, it's, like, oh my God, we can't be doing this. Like, this is, you're married, I'm married. Like,
but she, in the song, she says, she's like talking to her baby that's in her belly, and she says, Dear baby, I hope someday somebody wants to hold you for 20 minutes straight. They don't pull away, they don't look at your face, and they don't try to kiss you. All they do is wrap you up in their arms and hold on tight without an ounce of selfishness in it.
Yeah.
Because
that's
I
the good
know
shit.
when a guy kisses me, I'm like, well, he's only kissing me because he wants to have sex with me.
Like,
Bad
my
sex.
friend went on a second date with someone last night, and we were talking about, which, like, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry that I'm sharing your details, but, like, nobody knows who I'm talking about, so it's fine. But she went on a date,
Her
and
name is.
do you guys want her social security number? But no. But she was saying, like, they shared an Uber because he's very gentlemanly. So they were, he's dropping her off at home, so they shared an Uber. And when they got to her place, she's invited him upstairs for, like, one more drink. And he was like, oh, yeah. And he had to cancel the Uber because he wasn't even assuming, like, this is a second date. We're gonna fuck. Like, he already had 2 stops. Like, he was going to his home. Like, people set them up. They're like, they have mutual friends.
Okay, here's a PSA. We'd love to be set up.
Seriously.
But, like, keep in mind, we're almost 30 and we're doing our best, okay?
We're fucking trying. But yeah, he, like, had 2 stops on the Uber. He wasn't just assuming he was gonna come over.
Wow.
And she was like, oh, I mean, I didn't realize, but, like, if you want to cancel it, like, you're more than welcome to come up for one more drink, like,
That's
whatever.
so
And he was like, oh my god,
exciting.
totally, I love talking to you. So he cancels the Uber. They go upstairs, they're chit-chatting, but, like, how her living room was set up, she was sitting in, like, a lounger chair, and he was, like, sitting on the couch, and they were, like, actually just, like, for hours, just, like, talking about what their everyday life is like, their siblings, like, all, like, just to, like, get to know you type shit. And then, when he finally leaves, packs all around. Didn't even try to put his tongue in her mouth, but, like, tender, cute ones, like, clearly asserting that he's interested. But, like, he's, like, letting her,
so beautiful.
like, he's a man. He's, like, letting her give him the cues of, like, what's okay. Because she is, like, one of those, like, not like she's, like, poly purebred. She absolutely has her fun. But she is, like, in the realm of dating, a little more old school in the sense that, like, she wants to do all the steps. Like, let's go on a date, and then you can come to my house, but we're not hooking up this time. Like, she, like, that traditional, let's follow the steps. And, like, he's giving her that without even, like, having to be told. And so, like, now, like, it's only been 2 dates, but I was like, it just feels like you two are so, like, close already.
Yeah, that's so lucky.
If I could just...
I can't even stand on a freaking balcony without a guy putting his tongue in my throat. I mean, I liked it, but still. I can't!
With great jugs come great responsibility.
Seriously.
But there is, like, fun intimacy in saying no. Like, let him get really close to your mouth and be like, did you think I was just going to kiss you today, the first day I met you ever?
True. But it was just too quick.
You
It
gotta-
happened too quickly, and I was drunk. And you know what?
It's hard. It's hard. I know my friend was talking about on the date, like, after dinner, like, they decided they wanted to, like, go get some drinks. And I was like, that's crazy you guys didn't kiss until he was leaving, because, like, I have a sniff of wine, and I'm like,
Do you want to kiss me? Oh my god.
No, like, literally, I'm like this. You know what I was thinking about? You thinking about me naked.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that
Thinking
aggressive,
about
but...
you naked. But yeah, so I think intimacy is like all in the in-betweens.
Ooh, yeah. Intimacy in the in-between.
It's like I could go to a guy's house right now and like, if I'm there and I'm like, oh, I know we're just having sex, like then I won't feel any sort of thing.
Yeah.
At all.
Maddie's just like,
Before, during, or after, I'll feel nothing. But
you're like such a
then
frat
if it's
boy
like,
in that
well,
way.
if he shows one inclination that he likes me and now I have the feelings, now it's intimate.
Yeah. Like, I love it, though.
I know,
Like-
it's just so scary.
Like, if
And
anything...
it's not like I have anything to hide. I'm fine.
No, but it is hard, like, not that I'm going through a breakup, because I'm certainly not going through a breakup, but I was just thinking about this. I don't know if I even told all my friends here at Snacks, like all you listeners, like, my ex-boyfriend, who keeps ruining my life, reached out to me again and was like, oh my god, do you want to hang out? I'm moving, and so I would love to see you before I'm not in Chicago anymore. And that kind of just has...
continental U.S. Or the U.S. at all.
I wasn't going to throw his business out there like that. But he is moving to a different country with a woman. Why he would want to see me before he moves, I'm not really sure, but my mind works like a rom-com, so obviously he loves me and is waiting for me to give him a sign to not go because he doesn't like her that much. But, like, he didn't go. So, no. I deleted him off of everything. I was like, I don't think we should hang out.
So, I do think that intimacy, it's different for everybody, but I think a lot of it, there are some...
Wait.
There. Sometimes, hopefully, when your intimacy overlaps with somebody else's intimacy, then you can fall in love.
Yeah.
Don't take any of this for fact. This is just what we think.
This is just what we think, and we're both single and have been single for like.
But I'm working on my intimacy. Okay.
I'm working on being less intimate, honestly,
and I'm working on being
just kidding. Working on not being jaded, like being open and vulnerable and intimate.
That's
is
what I
like
like to do too.
it is a fine, safe thing to do, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't, and that is quite literally what we're here for, to like figure that out.
We're working it through together.
That's a great
anyway, so we hope you liked the episode. You can follow us on Instagram at snacks_in-the-city. You can follow us on Instagram at _snacks-in-the-city. You can follow us on Twitter at snacks_in-the-city. You can follow us on YouTube and TikTok, Snacks in the City, Snacks with an X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Tell your
I don't know why I'm
friends.
holding this. Tell your friends, tell your wife, tell everybody. And with that,
Snacks out.
yes. All right, let's get drunk.